उस समय लगा था कि इट्स अ peculiar track that has been decided. When I met Suparn and Raj and DK, they said, if I'm acting in English, it's not going to be easy because it's not my first language. Irfan and Tigmanshu Dhulia and Naseer Bhai, these three were the first people that I would call and meet. After Tare Zameen Par, of course, I was very happy and I was on cloud 9 and all that. And that happens to everyone. Next morning when I got up and I looked at those three trophies and I said, wow, this is amazing. कभी कभी जो दोस्त बोलते हैं ना वो सुनना चाहिए क्योंकि दोस्त आपको अच्छी तरह से जानते हैं. Hi, I'm Vipin Sharma. You're watching Bollywood Hungama.
Vipin ji, welcome back on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to come back on your show because I've noticed you really care a lot about not just stars but actors also.
No, thank you very much. I think that is the endeavor and I'm glad that you noticed that. So Vipin ji, बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो आपको. Family Man में आपका बहुत ही prominent role है. And because of this entire chai sequence, there is a tremendous curiosity and interest around your mannerisms as well.
Yeah.
तो जब आप वो सीक्वेंसेस जब वो आपके हो रहे थे तो क्या आपने इमेजिन किया था कि ये इस तरीके की एक इतना नोटिस किया जाएगा?
नहीं, उस समय नहीं लगा था. उस समय लगा था कि इट्स अ peculiar track that has been decided. When I met Suparn and Raj and DK, they said, So I thought it was interesting. I didn't think that it can go to that level, and I tried to be as honest and as simple with it. But yeah, no idea that it will stand out that big or that much. That's pretty good actually.
Right.
It's a blessing in a way.
एक पर्टिकुलर जो आपका सीक्वेंस है कि आप बिस्किट जो है वो आप जब चाय में डालने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं तो उसमें आप जो बलाई है उसको आप हटाने की कोशिश करते हैं that way and बिस्किट टूट जाता है. That is a universal emotion.
I think सबके साथ हो चुका है वो.
चाय में बिस्किट का टूटना, it's a heartbreaking moment actually.
Yeah.
And your expressions, they must have got a collective sort of acceptance and admiration as well. So those sequences, and जैसे आप उससे उस दिन कह रहे थे कि that मैं ज़्यादा नहीं करता हूँ. I think कम में ज़्यादा कुछ हम communicate कर पाते हैं. That's what happens. आपका एक expression आता है, but it communicates so much that a person breaks into laughter as well. Yeah, this is damn funny. His expression is damn funny.
Yeah, it's always camera reads your soul in a way. मैं तो कई बार still photographs से मुझे बहुत problem होती है because it's camera catches your honesty very deeply. So it's a struggle always as an actor to stay very, very true, and it's the hardest. It sounds simple, but I think it's quite a challenging thing. When it happens, it's a sheer joy. So I'm glad that you are talking about these things and they have reached to you and the audiences, which is good,
They've reached the world. Vipin ji. So I was talking to Raj and DK yesterday, and they said, so we discussed about this aspect, the chai aspect, and they said, one thing in hindsight, what we think is कि जब वो आखिर में जब वो Prime Minister के साथ में जब photo session हो रहा था, तो maybe he should have been drinking tea or something like that. There should have been something in the last sequence as well. So that would have been really funny.
Yeah. Somebody holding a cup of tea.
Right. Okay. Now, Vipin ji, you are having a very crucial role. There are several sequences where you're present. When Dilip Dahil tells you that you may be aspiring to become the defense minister, असली सही मानों में जो देशभक्त हैं वो तो हम लोग हैं. We are the true patriots because we are doing it for the country. तो वहाँ पर भी जो आपका एक expression होता है कि that that एक ambition का and that you don't really care for that sentiment of Dilip Dahil. That is very interesting as well. There's a slight irritation का एक sign है कि that I don't care what you are going through. That if I'm aspiring to be the defense minister, that's more important.
Exactly. Yeah, it's interesting. You're noticing and you're talking about this, which means that whatever I was trying to feel at that moment comes across. And it's not in the dialogues per se. It is there, but it's not very in your face kind of a line that it's just in the feeling. And, I always like Faridun, I love to do a film where I don't speak at all in the entire film. It'll be great actually, because it's the inner world that cinema is interested in. And I think when you have an opportunity like that, it's just fantastic, because you can really see how much of your feelings are translating across, which will be amazing. I love to do something like that actually. So more you feel internally, better it communicates. That's kind of what I feel. And it's not easy. I struggle with it a lot. I try and try and try. And that's why when someone praises me, I always say, I tried. Because that's the only thing I can do. Try. There's nothing else. You can just try. And if it happens, it goes across, it comes across, it's not you, it's something that happened in that moment that you caught, which went out. So credit goes to, I don't know, something else that happens in that moment. And I should be thankful. Any actor should be thankful when that happens, actually.
All right. Now, when you were told that your character's name is Sambit, which is pretty interesting, how did you respond to that?
I never thought of it. I never thought about my name. In any case, when I'm acting, I'm not thinking about a name, because I'm not thinking what I'm called, because that really doesn't matter. I could be called Mohan or Ganesh or Siddharth or Saif or Anthony or anything, it really doesn't matter. I never thought of that, actually, to be very honest with you. Now I'm seeing, I've seen on Twitter and everywhere, but I never thought of that. I never thought of that, actually. I just simply did my job. I just simply did my scenes and, showed my love to the T.
Try and pour till the last drop. Try and pour till the last drop. It is also, I think, symbolic of the ambition, that the sort of ambition till the last drop. I think one should just try to saturate everything around you. So, okay, now you have very, very interesting moments with Seema Biswas, fabulous actress.
Yeah.
You genuinely care for her as well, and you also genuinely care for her as well, because you will be around with her when she's there. But she tells you namaste in the sense that that's the end of discussion.
Go.
That's the end of discussion. Namaste.
She was amazing. She is just incredible. I've known her since my NSD days. She was my junior, and we did a play together when we were in NSD. We did a Brecht together, and it was awesome to see her, how brilliant she. When she came to NSD, and we were already 1 year ahead, and I saw one of her plays, and I was totally blown away. I was like, wow, she is incredible. She's totally something else. She's beautiful. She brings something to the character, which is very rare and beautiful. The way she's sometimes kind of, because Hindi is not her first language in a way, I always love seeing this experience was very, very powerful for me, to watch an actor trying to go beyond the limitation of if I'm acting in English, it's not going to be easy, because it's not my first language. So it was lovely to see her surpass that and still bring something else to the character. My treat was watching her in the scenes, actually. It was just beautiful.
The series has been, I think, has been watched by a lot of people all across the world. The reviews are fantastic, and obviously there are all sorts of opinions around it as well, because I think anything which is having any element of politics into it, so it is something that gets talked about, and it has varied opinions. But still, the sort of reach that the series have, if you talk about the technical aspects, the way the writing is, the way it has the non-linear format of storytelling, the element of humor, the element of pathos, the element of anger. So it is multi-dimensional, which is, I think, it happens rarely in many ways.
Yeah, it's thanks to the platform, the new world that has opened up with OTT, that people are taking chances, people are taking risks, people are going beyond the norm. A lot of new actors are getting opportunities. A lot of new writers are getting opportunities. It's a blessing. It's a total blessing to be in today's time, to be acting, writing, and doing all sorts of things. It's actually really good, really amazing. I'm very happy that it is bringing out a lot of the new actors, a lot of new talent is coming out. So yeah, I think it's great that you can do that now. It's very powerful.
Right. Now, Vipinji, tell us something about your journey. I've known you for quite some time, but I would like to know that you did your course in NSD, and then did you go to Canada after that? What really happened?
Yeah, I assisted Ketan Mehta. I worked with Sham Babu, Sham Banagal. I watched very closely Nasir Bhai, Om Bhai, and Smita Patil. I was part of Mirch Masala and then Hero Hira Lal and all those movies. But somehow I was kind of a wanderer. So I kept wandering. I traveled a lot. I went to Berlin and then Moscow, and then I ended up in Canada. And all that time, I kind of thought that I will go back to acting at some point because I was a bit disillusioned when I was in Bombay. I grew up in a slum, so I had a lot of issues in terms of connecting with the world around me, connecting with a big city like Mumbai. So I had a very difficult time, and I did not understand a lot of the things. And I also didn't have that kind of a confidence that I'm an actor. I always thought I'm not very good. And kind of that kept me a little away from it. And I had a very strong desire to travel also. I wanted to explore, and ended up being an editor for a number of years because I wanted to stay close to filmmaking. And I went to a brilliant school in Canada also, the Canadian Film Center, which was established by Norman Jewison. And I studied filmmaking there. Editing was my major because I had already edited a lot of stuff. I had studied Avid and all that. And I became an editor. I became a professional editor for many years. And, whenever I came back to India, I always chatted with Irfan. Irfan and Tigmanshu Dhulia and Nasir Bhai. These three were the first people that I would call and meet. So I was chatting with Irfan, and Irfan said, Maqbool dekh yaar. So I saw Maqbool and I loved it. And I told him, I said, this is brilliant. And he said, हाँ यार, बहुत अच्छी चीजें हो रही हैं, नई चीजें हो रही हैं. तो मैंने बोला इरफान को, यार मेरा भी मन करता है. I have not totally forgotten acting. I want to come back. So he said, then come back. And I said, यार अब मैं इतने सालों से बाहर हूँ, it's very difficult to just come back. And अपने विनीत भाई जो हैं, विनीत कुमार said, I told him, I said, I want to act again. And he said, अरे छोड़िए रहने दीजिए, भूल चुके हैं आप acting. So I was very I felt bad that how can he call me, and he used to admire me a lot during the NST days. I said, यार ये तो यही गाली दे रहा है मेरे को अभी. So I said, I thought about him. I thought about it, what he said. And I realized that कभी-कभी जो दोस्त बोलते हैं ना वो सुनना चाहिए क्योंकि दोस्त आपको अच्छी तरह से जानते हैं. And I said, I thought about it and I said, he's right. I've not acted in the last over 10 years. How can I call myself an actor? I need to do something about it if I'm interested. So I went back and I studied. I decided to go to an acting workshop. I thought, okay, let me brush up my skills and go back to the atmosphere and environment and see what happens. And I was very fortunate. I met an amazing lady, Jacqueline McClintock. Unfortunately, she passed away a number of years ago. And she used to teach this technique called Meisner, which is a very, very interesting acting technique. And I heard about it. I went to the first class and I was totally amazed by what she was talking about acting. And I stayed with her for 30 weeks. I studied it. And then all of a sudden, I realized I have to go back to India. You won't believe this. I threw my stuff on the street. I threw my cassettes, books. I gave stuff to my friends and I bought a one-way ticket. I said, I'm not going to buy a two-way ticket. I'm going to buy a one-way ticket. No option for me to come back, and I'm going to go back to acting. And thanks to Amir, I think he felt that passion about me, and thanks to Amol also because he brought me into the film. And because of them, because Amir completely trusted in a totally new guy, which was, I will never forget his, क्या बोलूं मैं, I'll always be in debt. I will never forget what he did to my life is incredible. So thanks to him. So that's how it started again. Yeah.
Right. And you had several brilliant performances since then. And people have been taking note one after another. There has been something or the other. So I'm sure that must have kept you stimulated.
Fardun, it's very interesting. I've been very fortunate actually that I have had some brilliant films and web series to work in. It's been a bit tough for me, I must admit, because in the beginning, after Tare Zameen Par, of course, I was very happy and I was on cloud nine and all that, and that happens to everyone. But I realized that things were became a bit difficult for me, because after Tare Zameen Par, if I ask somebody I want to read a script, I started hearing that I am behaving like Amir, and I was like, no. I come from theater background. The first thing we do is we all sit together and read a script. That's what happens. So if I'm asking a script, I'm not behaving like a star, And I think in that process, maybe I came across wrongly to some people, and I've apologized to a lot of people that I'm sorry if I ever said something that didn't go well. And my intention was, my intention has always been, if I am doing a role, I need to know what I'm doing, and I need to know the story. I need to know the script. So, because of that, I had a lot of problems, a lot of issues. But, I knew my desire, my commitment, my integrity is solid. I want to act and I want to do a good job. I want to really stand out. If I'm in a film or a web series, and if people don't talk about my role, then I am not seen. I'm invisible. Nobody has seen me. So, that was my desire. And I'm very fortunate that I trusted my gut instinct. I trusted my integrity that no, I want to act. And I've been very fortunate and blessed that I have been appreciated for my work. It's a blessing. So I'm very happy about it. I am happy about my journey, and I will continue. I will continue despite all the odds. And I've also, been thinking about focusing more on, like, see, when you shoot with a director, if you shoot for 5 days, 6 days, you don't build up a relationship. Everything finishes very fast. And I'm aiming for that now. I want to build up some solid, long-term bondings and relationships. And I'm very much like that. If I work with someone once, I stay in touch with everybody and I keep messaging them. Maybe they get annoyed, I don't know. But I keep doing that, because for me, it's that bond that happens between people involved in the process that translates into the work. If it is a solid bond between the actor and director and everybody, it shows in the film. And I always long for that bonding. I always stay in touch with people. I keep messaging them. It's not just that, please cast me. It's more like, I care for you. I'm concerned about you. And since we work together, that bond should be forever, and it should be a real bond. It should not be a formality. How are you and things like that. I try to do that. I really try hard. I know that.
Right, and so it's very obvious that you've always given the art in your life far more prominence than anything else whatsoever. And you were telling me the story that there were 3 trophies that you won for that, not merely you, but your team won for Tare Zameen Par. And you came back to a room. What really happened?
Well, I had just moved. I had just moved here, and that was my first apartment. I had nothing. I had a bed sheet. I had few utensils, toothbrush, toothpaste, towel. There was nothing actually. It was a bare apartment, and I came home with 3 trophies from Screen Awards, and they were wrapped in the newspaper, and they were lying on the floor. And next morning when I got up and I looked at those 3 trophies, and I said, wow, this is amazing. I just came here and I have 3 trophies at home. They were not mine, but still, they were trophies. I was part of something very big. And that image will always remind me. And I hope that image always reminds me and makes me humble. I hope that it always stays with me. My start, an empty apartment.
Of course. So Vipinji, you've also been lucky that after Tare Zameen Par, you've worked with people like Anurag Kashyap, for example, and the entire the group of people who
Hansal, Anurag, Rahul Dolakia.
So who value the actors and don't really get into the rut of the star system, which is there. And interestingly, right now, I think it's a fabulous phase because the actors are truly getting their due in a huge way right now. So would you say that it was a lucky phase for you? Because I think for any actor, for any artist who genuinely believes in the art more than the money, the respect factor is very important.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what? I was thinking about it today that a lot of the times actors are asked who's your dream wish list of directors that you would like to work with. My wish list is same actually. I really want to go back, and I really hope Anurag, Hansal, Rahul Dholakia, Sudhir Mishra, all these wonderful people, Krishna and Raj and Krishna DK, and all these wonderful people that I've worked with. I want to go back to them, and I want to do bigger and better things with them. And I want to explore more of them. I don't have a wish list. I don't have a new wish list, but I want to really, keep working with these wonderful people, wonderful filmmakers, and explore more because the journey has already started with them. So I like to. I hope that happens.
Great. And Vipinji, any international offers for you?
I was very, very fortunate. I basically did a film, Hotel Mumbai, very small role, which I had said no to. But I'm very glad today that I did that because when Dev Patel, who played the lead in the film, he saw the movie in London and he liked my scene so much. He told me actually that I remembered your eyes and I immediately cast you in my film that I was going to direct. So I have played a dream come true role that I've been wanting to play for a very, very long period of time. So I did that. I was fortunate that I was in Indonesia for 4 or 5 months. And this is a dream come true role, as I said. I'll talk more about it when the appropriate time comes. But it was an amazing experience to work with him, to work with a crew which was international. It was a blessing. And also a great learning experience to see these people, how they create these wonderful films. It was incredible. So that was there. I also wrote dialogues for an Amazon Prime series that has started shooting actually in Kolkata. Unfortunately, it stopped because of the second wave, but it'll get picked up again. Shoot. So yeah, okay. Exciting times.
And after post the launch of Family Man 2, what sort of offers are you getting?
I've started getting some phone calls, but right now I am little. This whole bubble thing is not making sense to me right now. I don't know what a bubble means. Bubble shoot for me means that everybody who's part of the shoot stays together, which I don't think is possible right now. And the base situation is I'm being a little cautious. I have had my first jab. Second is due by 26th. So I want to just take it easy and wait and watch, see what happens, because it's important to be careful. And it's also, all of us should be really careful because, otherwise we'll end up back at the same place we were. So we have seen it twice now. I hope, we are all very careful and maintain all the social distancing and masks and everything and vaccination, which is going on. I'm just a little cautious. That's all.
Of course. Last question, Vipinji. Now, in Family Man 2, we saw the last of Asif Basra. He's an important part of the series. He's no more with us. So a very pertinent question that has come out in the recent times is that many times actors, they tend to get lonely. We don't really understand that what exactly they may be going through because they're so sensitive people. Depression is something that has caught on with a lot of actors, especially in the last few months and this entire year. Lack of work, financial issues, all sorts of things are taking place right now. How do you look at it? And what do you think is important for actors or for artists or technicians, especially sensitive people who are on the creative side, to keep themselves motivated?
Well, to be very honest with you, I have been dealing with a lot of this, what you're talking about. I stay alone, so it gets very overwhelming at times. At times, you just sit and wonder what's going on. You look out of the window and I try to stay positive. I have, thanks to movie and Netflix and Amazon and all these platforms, I've been watching a lot of stuff. Movies especially, I've gone back to a lot of, I've been watching Ray Babu's movies, Satyajit Ray, and I've watched some classics, some French filmmakers, Eric Romer and all these people. So I've been kind of revisiting a lot of the films that I've seen earlier. I'm trying to see them again. That were my favorite, like movies like 400 Blows and things like that. So, that's the only option. That's one way to stay inspired and positive is that keep watching, keep looking at the works. And I've tried to write. I tried writing poetry at times. I've tried to, stay positive and stay inspired. It's a tough time for all. So I guess that helps. That has helped me tremendously. I keep watching shows and things like that. So movies,
Of course. All right.
That is important. to stay inspired.
All right. So Vipinji, congratulations once again for the great response that you're getting for Family Man. I really enjoyed it. And all the best wishes for all the wonderful things, and stay positive.
Thanks, Farizun. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vipinji.
Hi, I'm Vipin Sharma. You're watching Bollywood Hungama.